Hello and welcome to episode 219 of the Casual Tryhard Podcast. I'm Brian,
And I'm James.
and this week, we're right before spoilers start, so we're a little thin on stuff.
Sorry. This one's going to be a little more
We'll-
conversational and a little less topical.
we are both sleepy for different
Yes,
reasons.
that also. It has been
Um,
a long couple weeks in the world of James.
Yes, if you want to reach out to us on social media, all of those links, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, all that stuff are in the description, so check them out.
Yeah, if you're looking to support the show, there's a couple ways you can do it. The first is give us topic ideas so we have something to talk about. Not really supporting the show, but it helps us out. So hit us up on social media and let us know what you want to hear about. If you want to actually support the show, there's two ways you can do it. The first is with our TCG player affiliate link, tcg.casualtryhardmtg.com. You're going to buy your Magic stuff anyway, so if you follow this link, whatever you purchase will help support the show. It doesn't cost you guys anything, and it helps us out. So you can use that to throw us a couple bucks without even throwing us a couple bucks. If you would like to just throw us a couple bucks, you can do so at patreon.com/casualtryhardmtg. That way it supports us directly. You can chip in as much or as little as you feel we're worth. Patrons get access to our show notes. They get access to our pre-show, which is about another hour's worth of content out of us. Completely unscripted, very raw. We don't edit anything. It just gets uploaded. Talking about who knows what. And patrons also get put on my mailing list for when I have givebacks to send out to you guys. I saw some pictures floating around Twitter of the last round of givebacks. Seems like people are really enjoying them. So if you want to be included, next time I send some out, patreon.com/casualtryhardmtg.
Yes, they are good.
Yep. One last thing is I got to plug the YouTube channel for the YouTubes. Casual Tryhard MTG on YouTube. Brian does limited content there almost always. I know you've talked a couple times about branching out and maybe doing some constructed stuff, but it's almost always limited, and that comes out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do constructed stuff on Tuesdays. I call it Tomfoolery Tuesdays because I typically don't play anything competitive. It's usually all either historic brawl or jank weird decks that I find. If you're interested in that, you can check the channel out on Tuesdays. And then you can also see a video version of this episode where you get to watch us talk at each other instead of just listen to us talk at each other.
Yeah.
And that comes out alongside the normal show. Yeah, hi. Alongside the normal show on Thursdays. So, Casual Tryhard MTG on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, interact with our videos, help us grow that channel as well. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. So, before we get into like our first like little bullet point we have here, the limited content is going to be lots of Shadows over Innistrad Remastered.
Little Sick Owl will be one.
I think I put in Discord that it's amazing to not be facing down lethal on turn 4 every game.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice that if you like miss a land drop or don't play a 2-drop, you don't instantly die.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can like play games of Magic. This is sweet.
Actual Magic. What Magic used to be.
What Magic used to I mentioned this in one of my videos, but there's a card called Sudden Death. It is 5 and a black, destroy target creature. You gain 2 life, the opponent loses 2 life.
Mm-hmm.
Target opponent loses 2 life. Could you imagine putting a 6 mana removal spell in any limited format for the last like 3 years?
Absolutely not.
And like not just have people like laugh and be like, literally, this is a last pick, I can't play it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 6 mana removal spell. It's not the best card in the format, but it's playable.
Right.
It's fine. I'm going to pay 3 mana to play an enchantment that might make a 1/1 next turn. I do that in Phyrexia all we won. You're just like, I'll take 40. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, very different. It's nice to be able to like play slow games of Magic.
Grindy Magic where decisions matter.
Yeah, where like decisions matter. Now, granted, I've drafted Emrakul twice, so some of my opponents' decisions didn't matter, or they
Well,
made some
right,
really
but that made your
strange
decisions
ones.
matter more because you were
It
making
did.
more of them.
I was, I was.
There is also
But
an art to mind slavering people. It's not like you can just grab their hand and
yeah, I've had a couple hands that just like nothing was good, that I couldn't do anything.
yeah.
That I had like one where I was just like, oh my god, like they had a 0 mana discard outlet, and I like killed 2 creatures,
Yes.
made them draw and discard, then like uh mind twisted them by discarding cards to like their Olivia's Dragoon or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'll run 2 of your creatures into Emrakul and something else. Then I'll kill this one with a dead weight only after you rummaged away your good card and drew something else. Then I'll discard the rest of your hand. It's like, yeah, this is great.
Yes.
This is great. I know that, so apparently the story was the programmers like get like some time each week to just like do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing they decided they wanted to do was make Emrakul work,
Okay.
because there was a chance Emrakul wasn't going to be in the set.
Yeah.
Initially, they didn't think they could make it work. So they made it work. So thank you. I have 13 wins in this draft format because of you. But, like, this is something that I see come up every so often. Remember when Arena started and it was like everything had an animation?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just like no animations.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd
for
think if
nothing.
something was going to get an animation, Emrakul would.
Like, you cast it, it targets them, it resolves, you pass the turn, and like it ever so imperceptible like green purple haze,
Mm-hmm.
like someone's just blazing the sticky icky, comes over the board, and then you just click on your opponent's cards out of their hand and you can cast them.
Yeah.
But there's no like thing to be like you have control of your opponent's turn. It's not like, I was like, are they gonna like spin the board around?
That
No,
would be
it's just
cool.
like, yeah, it's just like slight purple haze. Uh, click on their cards.
Yeah.
Um,
Can't have it all, I guess.
no, but it is just so wild playing a format where you're just like, oh, I don't have a 3-drop. That's fine.
Did you see any of the
I'll be
stuff
okay.
with the I guess I don't even know if they fixed them or not, but the bugs?
I have not played Ninja's Kunai.
There was something else too though. It was Ninja's Kunai and
You said Citizen's Crowbar.
oh yeah, that's what it was. Citizen's Crowbar, yeah.
I had Citizen's Crowbar in a deck, and now I don't.
Yeah.
So I have not partaken in that particular one.
But like I wonder if that's because of Emrakul. Because like that's really random that those cards would like stop working. I mean, those cards are pretty straightforward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not a programmer, but how much of this is like a yes got clicked to a no, or like just like one little field got changed?
Yeah, I don't know.
Instead of being like 1.0, it's now like 10.
Yeah.
And it's like, or if you got turned up to 11 and it just sacks all of your permanents. If this number, maybe it thinks you like ran an Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger into a Phyrexian, whatever his guy is, the 5-mana 5/5.
Oh yeah.
And the Phyrexian
Obliterator.
Obliterator, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it thinks you did that. I don't know. But apparently, did you see the message they sent out that was like, hey, if you're in like the challenge,
Mhm.
or like the metagame challenge, we're suspending the challenge.
Yeah.
And if you were using these bugs as exploit, we will like take your progress
Suspend
back.
your account. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dang. It's like, or you can make it so the card worked.
Well, like that's not really something that you can exploit, though, is it?
Are they destroyed or are they sacrificed?
I think they're sacrificed. But it's like you have to do it. Like it's your stuff. Like you
Mayhem
activate
Devil.
it. Well, right, but you could do the same thing. Like if you're just sacrificing all your things, there's other ways to do that.
Yeah, but maybe not. That was the Mayhem Devil was a Croaky's thing that he was like, "Is this like the new broken combo in
Yeah, I think that was more of a
Magic
meme
now?"
than like a serious
Yeah,
thing,
no,
though.
I agree. No, but they said like some people must have been using it to like get ahead if they brought it up. I don't know. Like Mayhem Devil is the first thing that comes to mind,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Heck, Bound by Moonsilver. I didn't realize you could sack a permanent to move it from one creature to another.
Mm-hmm.
My opponent did that. I was like, holy crap. I
Yeah.
played that format forever. I don't remember ever doing that.
my opponent lost a game by doing that.
Oh no.
Yeah, they tried to move it from one thing to another and sacrifice their creature so that I had Xaxes.
Oh. You sack a land.
Yep.
Sack a land.
I think it was only like turn 5. They were still developing the mana base.
Gotcha. But no.
So all the Shadows talk, what do you got going on with Shadows?
It's like it's more just that like you can just like play Crawling Sensation,
yeah,
and not do anything on turn 3.
Yeah.
Like the concept of when's the last time we've had a format that has had good build arounds? Like
the walls
maybe
deck?
yeah, I was gonna say maybe Dominaria,
Yeah.
like walls and like just like domain.
Yeah.
But you've got like Crawling Sensation, all the Delirium stuff. You have Ongoing Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone who had like was it Erstwhile Infiltrator or something.
Oh yeah.
The 1/3 that like if you investigate twice with Ongoing Investigation. They had like 15 clues. I was like, man, maybe we should have drafted this deck. Like we could have had it. We saw the pieces. But like you can like play build arounds. There's still like red green is still like werewolves is still aggressive, and same with like black red can like just madness you out of a game.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it has been I
drafted both of those decks.
I've done
surprise.
Yes, I did blue red spells that was it looked good, but it wasn't. I also didn't play the best. And then I had a really good blue black zombies deck.
Mm-hmm.
I should have won an extra game. I like literally like talked through the right play and then proceeded to punt away the game.
Yep.
And then I had two drafts on easy mode with pack 1, pick 1 Emrakul.
Yeah, I would say that's easy mode.
It is. They added some cards that like are like not egregious.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh gosh. It's 1 black for a 2/2. Return a random zombie from your graveyard to your hand. Like that card's good. Like it's just set up to like, do you want to have value loops and just like never run out of cards? Here you go. And it's like, yes, that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to like 8, and then you can never do anything ever again.
The soft lock.
Block, get back my zombie.
Yep.
Like I played against a couple versions of blue red spells that were good. Green white humans, I've only played against once or twice. It's fine. Like it's not a super aggressive format, and like I think that's just might be jarring for people.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh wait, I don't have to. Why are all the 1-drops trash? It's like, well, you see.
Oh, not all of them. You got Thraben Inspector.
Oh, okay. Thraben Inspector and Gnarl Root.
Dryad. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Dryad.
But Gnarl Root Dryad is just like the stock like 1 mana 1/1 Death Touch.
Yeah.
With like Paragraph. But like there aren't like the Phyrexia all will be 1/drops.
Right.
Kind of deal. Right? Where you're just like, oh, like
you don't have 3 1-drops with Infect?
Yeah, or I have to have multiple 1-drops or I lose the game.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my curve can start at 2.
Imagine
And there's
that.
like deck building considerations that you haven't had, like, well, I have these 4 delirium cards. I'm not like a delirium deck, but that makes explosive apparatus go way up in value
Right.
because the first one of those gives me an artifact, or like Terrarian.
Yeah.
Right, like, oh, it replaces itself. It gives me an artifact for delirium. Like, okay, I want to try to get one of those. So you have those little decisions of like, oh, like, how can I maximize my chances of getting delirium without like having to go like all the way in on delirium, and things like that are like fun to have to consider, because I felt like Frexy Alloy one was just like, all right, I need 1s and 2s, and curve tops out at 4. Please no more.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I have 3 5-drops. I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah.
So, like, if you play the format, don't be afraid to just be like, I'm gonna like, you know, play to the board, but like I can like play a slower game. I can be focused on like getting value.
Yeah, you're not going to be
Bringing back
super pressured.
Yeah, you're not. Like, there's not like the same. There's like 1 2-mana 3/1, and it's just like that fox.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you literally die to everything. It's not like the fox that also you can pay 1 and like give it indestructible for a
Right.
turn, or the green 3/1 that also has toxic 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like you don't have those same cards where you're like, oh man, I'm just like behind. Oh, and then there's the Zenith Chronicler is also a 3/1 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you don't have any of that stuff. You're just like, oh, like there's one of them. I guess white's allowed to have a, like, was typically a bad card.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. So just much slower. I still want to do the ongoing investigation, like make 1,000,000 treasures. Like, you can win games just by like, I'm gonna see more of my deck than you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which has not been something like Bro kinda, maybe, sorta let you play some of those games, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, the problem is like we've cranked creatures up so powerful.
Right.
Oh,
We talked about this in the
Ano
pre-show.
yeah, but here's another thing. Another thing that that is different between current Magic and Shadow's, like, draft. So, were 3-mana counterspells playable from, like, 2014 to, like, 2020 in Limited?
Playable or good?
How about good?
They were. I wouldn't say they were good. No.
They weren't good. Recently, those cards have become good
Right.
because if your opponent sticks their 5-drop,
You lose.
it draws them a card.
Yeah.
You get thought seized, and right, like having a removal spell isn't nearly as worthwhile,
Right.
because they've accrued multiple cards worth of advantage from that card coming into play. So, like, cancel went up in value immensely
Because the targets got
because
better.
the targets got way better. In this format, like, there's a lot of just like straight dookie 5-drops.
Yeah. Ham
Like,
sandwich.
that are just like, yeah, it's just like whatever. It has power and toughness. Right, fine.
So when I was drafting, speaking of that, and I know I didn't play a ton of Limited, like when Shadows came out originally, but was Devilthorn Fox like, or Devilthorn Wolf or whatever it is?
Fox, Thornhide Wolves.
The 4/5 for 5
card was a house in that format.
Wasn't it?
4/5 paragraph. I mentioned it. 4/5, just like a Dr. Seuss book of flavor text.
Yeah.
Card was great in that format.
I thought it was. I remember seeing it like when I was doing my drafts, and I was like, I remember this card being good, but there's no way this card could be good.
Card was great. It blocked everything in that format.
Yeah.
I had a Sin Prodder, and I just kept talking about like, I remember we thought this card was going to be good.
Yeah.
This card was awful. Like, it's a 3/2 menace. I'll take it and never draw another land for my first card ever again.
Right.
Like, that's fine. No, but yeah, Thornhide Wolves was great in the format.
I thought
Like,
it was.
I think it blocked like everything out of like green red
Yeah.
and most of the like red black stuff.
Yeah. I didn't think I was making that up, but I was like, there's no way this card could be good. I've been trained on the new formats.
Yeah.
Where that card is just stone unplayable.
Yeah, like
a 6/5 with a keyword for 5 is like, maybe it gets in.
Maybe I sneak it in, yeah. What is it? We only had like 2 vanilla creatures,
yeah,
or something in the last like 2 years,
something like that, yeah.
And like this is just like 4/5. That's it, and it's just like for 5 mana, amazing. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I was playing. I was like, God, I remember how good this card was. So ridiculous. I'm like, oh yeah.
All right,
I had someone.
I'm glad I didn't make that up.
No, I had someone grim flare me,
and
then I let him get in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play my blocker. It'll be fine. Then they played a Mind Rack Demon.
Woof.
Immediately hit Delirium, and I was like, oh, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's like,
and this game is over.
I mean, like, you still have those things where you're just like,
yeah,
technically this was a mythic when the set came out into still a mythic.
Right.
Okay. Whatever, I'll live. But then you've got like you don't just have those as many of those draws in this format.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think there was only like once or twice where I was just kind of like, yeah, there's nothing I can do here. You know, like one time, like I kept a slow hand, and I was like, I think I had an Emrakul and something else that was like high mana value. And I was like, I've got a bunch of 2s and 3s. I'll draw them. Did not draw them.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, what are you gonna do? But for the most part, like, you get to like play games and feel like you have agency. It's weird.
Wild.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I am not just like being brutalized every single turn. Like, your opponent like plays untapped land and says go, and you're like, this doesn't feel right. Like, okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
What did you think of the show lands being at uncommon?
I mean, it makes sense that they wanted to give you all 10 duels.
Well, so that's not exactly what I meant, because we talked about that last week a little bit. I meant as far as like power level.
Oh,
like, did they feel like an uncommon power level?
I think I only like I had like 1 or 2, and I think I only like showed a land to untap it like once.
Yeah.
Like, they're, again, like, I think it is like, was it rare power level in 2016?
Probably.
2017? Yeah. But like now, like, no.
Right.
So I think in this draft format, it doesn't break anything to have them in uncommon.
Well, no, I don't. So I agree. I don't think that it breaks the format. And like, technically, you can think of these remastered formats as kind of a cube, right?
Yeah.
And like, you can, like, rarity doesn't super matter in cube.
No.
I mean, it does, like, on Arena when you're opening up a curated pack, but for cube, rarity doesn't really matter. I meant more like, is that the sort of thing that is okay power level for like a limited environment now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that you could like get rid of the like check dual the tap dual lands and then make those your uncommon dual lands, and it would be fine.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if they move in that direction.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I was going with that question, is like, I wouldn't be surprised to see something. We used to just get strictly worse, or like strictly tapped lands with like maybe gain a life or something for an upside as the uncommon lands, but I could start seeing like conditionally untapped lands or like something with an upside instead of a downside or whatever. Like the cycling lands, the ones from Amonkhet, I actually think are probably fine at uncommon.
Uncommon. Yeah. Those would be good.
Yeah.
So I think that the issue with like the tap lands now is if you look at how it is not difficult for them to make formats fast,
Mhm.
right? Knock a mana symbol off of something, give something haste,
Right.
right? It's pretty easy. But by doing that, now you're punishing like anyone who wants to have like good mana
Mhm.
or to like, I want to be able to cast my spells. So think about the duels we've gotten recently. We got in streets, we got the pay for sack draw card.
Mhm.
So kind of like a cycling land
Yep.
that always came into play tapped. They're not duels, but the new Phyrexia lands are tapped.
Yep.
Like again, like kind of cycle after the fact.
Yep.
But like
The Strixhaven lands came in tapped and then let you scry.
oh yeah, they were Scrylands, yeah.
Yep.
And then like Dominaria kind of doesn't count because they needed the land types.
Right.
But what I mean is like it's the formats have gotten more aggressive
Mhm.
and oftentimes like we kind of devolve into effectively like 2 deck formats
Yeah.
where like you sometimes it's just like, oh, the red white or red black aggressive deck is good and comes together pretty often because you need like 2 uncommons and then like a bunch of like commons no one wants.
Yeah.
And then like the kind of like the big powerful like I open 2 good rares or kind of over the top deck. And with those aggressive decks being so good, what ends up happening is it pushes out those decks that might want to like have good mana
Mhm.
and not be able to like play their spells on curve the first few turns.
Right.
Because there are so many formats that like if you're stuck on a color or you just can't play
Yeah.
and you lose the game like, oh, I really needed like 10 of each source in my deck or 9 of each source. And I had to go like 9-8 or, 10-7. And then like I didn't draw the 7.
Right.
And now like I just don't get to play. And these lands could maybe let you play
Mhm.
and like make less non-games.
Yeah, I also like these being uncommon. I also think is pretty safe because they don't punish you early. Like you said, there's no great 1-drops. So like playing this thing out on turn 1, like there's no downside to playing it out on turn 1. But then later in the game, like you sandbag a land if you're like you said, you're trying to hit your off color. Like maybe you sandbag your on color land instead of playing it out, so that if you draw this thing, it opens up avenues for decisions and also like helps the format, I think.
Yeah, like this is a way to get rid of some percentage of the non-games.
Mhm.
Because I think people are like avoiding tap lands now because they're just
Yeah.
so punishing. And uh we talked about when like Brothers War first started, not that it's like it was a pretty assertive format. Like it was Cons of Tarkir compared to Cons of Tarkir pre-release weekend
Mhm.
compared to Phyrexia All Will Be One.
Yeah.
But like it was like, oh, this is pretty aggressive. And it's like, you know, we've had a lot of formats that it's just like, wow, this format's really aggressive. This
Yeah.
format's really aggressive. And you just kind of have that over and over and over again. And giving like the mid-rangey decks like a tool to be like 2 colors and not get embarrassed.
Mhm.
Now it cuts the other way too. It helps the aggressive decks, but like I guess everything helps them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that in limited power level wise, it's fine. And these are not standard playable lands.
Right.
So even if they like even if they reprinted them at uncommon, I don't think they'd get played.
Right.
So I think they're safe.
Nope, I agree.
And like
I
you
just
said,
thought it was an interesting point.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of cards that I just look at and I'm like, oh yeah, this used to be an uncommon. Oh,
Yeah.
this was a rare. Oh, now it's an uncommon. Like so last I'm like, oh hey, look
What
at you.
about what about the Scrylands, the Theros Scrylands? I know they've been reprinted a couple times since they initially came out, but they're probably like uncommon power level nowadays, right?
Probably.
You
I mean,
remember?
like,
Well, I guess that was like just a touch before you came back to the game, but like they were really powerful in Theros Standard.
uh, I mean, I came in at the end of like, I guess it was like Theros M15,
Mm-hmm.
and like they held together all those Abzan decks. Like they were
Yeah,
really
that's true.
powerful.
Yeah.
But like now, like you could have a standard where they're it's all relative, right? You can
Mm-hmm.
have a standard where they're powerful,
Right.
right? Where you have um I don't know, where you have a bunch of tap lands as your like rare duels or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Scrylands become really good. But like if they were to throw all the temples into the next set, I don't know how many of them would be playable.
Right.
Maybe probably none. In current standard, none of them would be playable.
Mm-hmm.
But stuff rotates out, things like slow down, then yeah. So it would be interesting. It's interesting to see like the things they decided to downshift.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just like Grimflare.
Right.
It's like, yeah, no, sorry, buddy, you're a uh, a rare now. And then they like some of the things that like were cycles, they didn't like shift the whole cycle.
Oh, like what?
So like Obsessive Skinner, the green delirium guy that puts a
Puts a
plus one
counter on
counter on
something?
something.
Yeah.
It's a common, but Topplegeist is an uncommon.
Okay.
And I think the white one, or sorry, the blue one, Manic Scribe, I think it is an uncommon as well.
Hmm.
But I am not 100% sure. But yeah, they just have like oh, that's weird. Like Scryfall does not have oh, there it is. I was like, does it not have Shadows over Innistrad remaster? But it does. Please let me click on this. But yeah, like some of them where they just were like, yeah, we're not doing the whole cycle. Thank you very much.
Well, I
We're
mean, there
gonna
was
pick on the
some
ones that are
cycles that
good.
they just didn't include the whole cycle either. Like we only
Yeah,
got the one vessel, right?
yeah, we just got Vessel of Nascency. Oh, so funny thing on Scryfall now.
Yeah.
They now have a tab that you click for what game type? Games, paper, arena, Magic Online.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because I just searched for
Huh.
Shadows over Innistrad remastered and got nothing, and I
It's
was
only on
like,
arena.
because yeah, I had it defaults to paper game as it should, but
Interesting.
I think Briar Bridge Patrol was an uncommon. The 3/3 that when it deals damage to a creature you investigate
Mm-hmm.
for 4. Um Yeah, there were only 3 collective things: brutality, defiance, and effort. There wasn't a green or a blue
Yeah,
one.
it wasn't a whole cycle.
People like keep passing Dark Salvation, and I don't know what's wrong with them.
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, Deathcap Cultivator. We got moved down to uncommon.
Oh, you know what? I got past a bunch that I took everyone I saw was Eternal Scourge.
You got past those?
I got past multiples every draft.
Oh, I didn't get any of those. Zoomers.
Yep.
Zoomers.
Back in my day, 3 for 3 was good.
That like ate a removal spell and came back.
Yep.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. No, that's not good.
I think I had one of my draft decks. I had 3 of them.
Jeez. Jeez Louise.
Yep.
Trying to think what if there were any other. They do have some random cards like is okay, I guess Graph Harvest is one of the what is it from? Oh, it's from Eldritch Moon. I do not remember that card.
Is that the one that makes tokens?
Yeah, the exile stuff
Yeah.
to make tokens. There's a few cards that I'm like, I don't remember you.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, it was a while ago. It was
Yeah.
7 years ago? 6 years ago?
Yeah. Now there are some cards though that I'm like, oh, I remember you. Let's go.
I'm glad
Let's
you remembered
ride.
the wolf being good. That made me
Yes.
feel better.
Yes. No, like I was just like I got a like I took a Pat Guardian pretty early over something.
Yeah.
The 4/3 flash that you discard a land to get like a 2/2. I'm like, this card is so good.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't read as good. Like I'm trading a card for this 2/2, and it's like, no. Oh, you know what I got to do to someone?
What's that?
They had not 1 but 2 permeating mass,
Yeah.
and I deck and stoned them.
Oh no.
I was like, I cast the Seasons Pass. And went, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I get the deck and stone 2 things. This is great. I'm like, I don't care if they get tricked. I can kill 2 zombies, but I want to kill these 2 permeating masses.
It's too bad you didn't like let it ride for a couple turns and use a deck and stone as like a complete board wipe.
Just pass them back and forth, and just like, got you. I almost lost the game to Startled Awake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got milled for 13, and I had 1 card in deck.
Ooh.
With a clue on board. My opponent just gave up. Like they were dead the next turn, and they were just like Startled Awake, and I was like, okay. Like then, like, but it's just funny. Like the cards, they were just like, yeah, you're. Also, like, why do they use different art for Tameo? Like Tameo, the
I guess
researcher's art is different.
I didn't notice that.
Like I had looked it up last week, and it is a different art than Tameo had before. Because if you look at, if you like go on a Scryfall, like it's her like holding a lamp, kind of like leaned back.
Yeah.
And then this is like her with scrolls around her. So I don't know like why they were like Tameo, be gone.
I'm looking for I remember what the old art looks like. I'm looking for the new art. I guess I don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe if I go to Scryfall.
See here. Or I can put it in Discord.
No, that'll work too.
Survey says, boom.
Oh yeah.
It's the only card that the art changed that I can remember.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I like even looked up the artist. I'm like, did the artist do something bad? Did the artist get canceled? It doesn't look like it. I also had people pass me Westvale Abbeys. I had multiple decks that had a Westvale Abbey in it. I was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that seems like a mistake. That's a freebie.
Yeah, and it's like I totally understand reading this card after like the last 2 years, 5 mana to make a 1/1 and lose a life. It's like, trust me, it'll work out. It's fine.
Yeah.
I beat an Ormondal. My opponent flipped an Ormondal, hit me to 3. and I deck and stoned it, and then played a 3/3 lifelinker, and slowly got my life total back up. Yes.
They sacked their
Yes, I
board
was
to
like,
the Ormondal, and then you just killed
yeah,
it.
they sacked their board. I flashed in the 3/3 lifelinker,
Yeah,
then deck and stone the Orbital. I was like, go to 6. All right.
nice.
Like, thank you for wrathing your board. My deck is all removal in an Emrakul. I appreciate you. Oh, I guess summary dismissal's in the format. I did not realize that. I maybe should not have been playing my.
That was in Eldritch Moon, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was going to be in the format.
Oh,
Right, like a weird. Like, I guess if you put in Emrakul, you have to put in the like hard
Yeah.
counter to Emrakul.
yeah.
Though, all honesty, you are a madman if you're playing that in best of one. Like, it's in the format for literally one mythic,
Yeah.
and your odds of drawing it when they cast it are just like so infinitesimal.
Right.
So yeah. We got Gristboon.
Yes.
But no, format is great. It is a look back in time to the limited that like we fell in love with,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
The way Magic
when
used
you're
to
like,
be.
yeah, when you're like, oh man, like I was so excited. I misread Make Mischief. I thought it just made 2/1/1s. I didn't read it very closely, and when I casted it was like pick a target. I was like, what? Like, oh my god, I get to kill something and make a 1/1 for 3 mana. Oh my god. I was so happy. I was like, this is great. I had someone Eldritch Evolution, a 7-drop, into a 9-drop.
Holy moly.
I was like, do you have a 9-drop? And they played a Mockery of Nature. I was like, holy crap. You do. I was like, bravo. You did it. They played like the Delirium thing that it's like 5 black, but if you have Delirium, it costs 2 less to cast.
Mhm.
Like a 4/5 flyer. That's right. I just did a 7-mana 4/5 flyer, no other relevant text on the battlefield. And I like had to put a pacifism on it, and they sacked it to an Eldritch Revolution and got a 9. And I was like,
Nice.
you did it. Congratulations.
As we learned in the pre-show, though, it's or less.
Or less. It is or less. They could have got anything.
Yep.
But yeah.
Could have been a Deep Fiend.
It could have been a deep.
That's another deck that I need to do. I got to start making notes.
Oh yeah, Elder Deep Fiend.
Yeah, and Fevered Visions.
Yeah, I have effects in your upkeep.
Yeah.
Are there better cards? There's got to be better cards to sack. Oh my gosh. There's the Circuit Mender that like gains you life and draws a card on the way out. Like cards to sack.
Yep. For Deep Fiend, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, are there
I think we have like 3 of those now, right?
Yeah, we have the Wolf.
Yeah.
Filigree Familiar. That. Like, but like, there's got to be better cards to like sack than there used to be.
Yeah, I'd have to do a Scryfall search.
Okay, here you go. Like, the mass that like the cards from Dominaria that cost less mana for a certain type of card in your graveyard. There's the Tellurian Serpent.
Right? Yeah.
Delve.
Oh yeah.
Right, so like you fill your great. Okay, here's a mashup of an idea we had. We were talking about earlier. What if you like were, Prized Amalgam, Narcomoebas, Satyr Wayfinders, and then like the mass. So you're throwing all these creatures in your graveyard, and then you have stuff you don't mind sacking anyway.
Yeah.
Because like you get back a Prized Amalgam, and then you sack it to your.
Oh yeah. Your Deep
But
Fiend?
then you also have the whatever the. Gosh, now I gotta look it up. It is. I know the picture. Writhing Necromass.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you like, and now your Elder Deep Fiend costs like blue.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, like Deep Fiend, like there were so many like good cards, like just like fun cards
Hmm.
to play in this format. So yeah, there you go. There is our like play some Shadows Over Innistrad limited content.
Yeah.
Uh, what like any other weird like? So in case you're wondering, cards like Deadweight being in the format is like kill your thing, put an enchantment in the graveyard,
Right.
right? Because
Yeah.
that's usually a hard type to get. So that's like cards. My cards like that are in the set. Like my Emrakul deck, I played like random field creepers
Hmm.
because like you're two types. So now we have, when you all listen to this, we're gonna be at the very beginning of spoilers.
Yeah. A day or two in, I think.
And so we thought we could go over some of Morrow's like March of Machines teasers.
Yeah. Did you want to go through like all of them, or just pick out some highlights, or how did you want to
We
do
could
this?
I don't know. Um
What are you thinking?
so well, there's one that I am interested in, so I'll just pick one.
Okay.
A legendary creature returns not seen since Homelands.
Ooh, what was a legendary creature in Homelands we're gonna see?
So
It can't be Baron Sengir because he got a new card.
uh
Is it Rhea the
yeah,
Falconer?
uh
Or
I
is it Willow Satyr?
my
Satyr?
first thought was what's it called? Was Autumn Willow.
That's the one I was thinking of, Autumn Willow.
But then the other but then other people were saying that uh Joven
Oh, that could be too. Or Chandler.
or Chandler. Those were the two that people had said
Or
were Joven or Chandler.
what was Iran the Relentless? Was that Homelands or Ice Age?
Yes, it was Homelands.
Yeah, maybe Iran the Relentless.
But my first thought, like when I think of like Homelands Legends, it's just
Yeah,
Autumn Willow.
Autumn Willow. Yeah.
Because like Autumn Willow was like a card that was good for years.
Hmm.
And we went to Green Dragon and they had this like one of those cases that had like the little thing that would like rotate, like
Hmm.
kind of like a rotisserie. And randomly in there, they just had a Homelands Autumn Willow. And I was just like, why is this in here? And why am I like, oh yeah, Autumn Willow? It's like,
Probably
it's a
been in there
6
for
mana.
20 years.
Yeah. It's a 6 mana 4/4 hexproof.
Yep.
Like, why do I care? But I'm like, oh, Autumn Willow. So, or maybe like Ishin Shade.
Yeah, I
Also a
guess that
classic, at least
didn't get a new
classic
card,
art.
but it got a reprint.
Okay. So that one, I was like, are we gonna get like a cool Autumn Willow?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Obviously, we saw Ren's new partner.
We did the Realm Tree.
Yeah. Realm Breaker.
Yeah, Realm Breaker.
Yeah.
I had like put a tweet up. I retweeted. I think I put the tweet in the Discord. I am excited to make a hexproof land and then transmogrify it. That's what I want to do.
Yep.
Like just more ways to have lands I can turn into what's her name? Atraxas. That's all we need.
I think that card is actually good. We'll save that discussion for when we do the set review, but I think that card is good.
So
do you want to guess on some planes that show up in names that we've never seen before?
On a card?
Yeah, it says some planes show up in card names that have never done so before.
I
know one because it was in I think it was today's story.
Chandelar?
Well, no, that would have been my guess. That's not the one that I know for sure, though.
What's the one we know for sure?
Zalafir.
Salafir.
It used
That's
to
not a
be
plane, though, is it?
it is now.
It is now.
Yeah. When I
So
guess when
when
Teferi
Teferi
banished it, it made it a new plane because in I think it was today's story, like Ren travels there to get Teferi.
Okay. Um, they're not like I forget what it's called. Like the battles is like struggle for or something for.
Oh,
Uh,
we haven't seen a battle yet, have we?
no, we haven't. Like I think like
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe that is what they are. They're battle
yeah,
for a plane.
yeah, that'd be my or whatever it is.
It's like they tried to bring Commander to constructed magic with the companions. So now they're
Mhm.
bringing plane chase to regular magic with the battles.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like the thought, like there is one of the mechanic things here. Like further down, we want to do this. Where is it at? If an opponent protects it, remove a defense counter from it.
Oh.
So it might be that you play a land or you play a battle,
Mm-hmm.
and then your opponent has to defend it.
Oh, so that would be interesting if if that mechanic is your battle gets played on a land,
Oh, it would be. Oh gosh, what
it
is
would
it
be
called?
fortify,
Yes,
which
which could
could
be.
be the variant of a mechanic returning to a premier set for the second time since it originally appeared.
Well, it would be its second time. Yes,
It would be
if
its
it's
second time, yeah.
yeah, because Fortify
Fortify.
has one card,
Yep.
and it's like equipment for lands.
Yeah. Time spiral.
Yeah. Um, Maro's just going to the book, blowing off the dust.
Yeah. The Darksteel Garrison, is that what it was?
Yes, Darksteel Garrison. Um. So okay, blank and blank sword, the blue black sword.
Yeah.
Uh, what do we think it could be?
Oh boy. I have no idea.
Like I was trying to think of like what is like a blue and black sounding um like two words that go together, like hearth and home, fire
Yeah.
and ice. Um, I was
I was gonna say
like
like Death and Despair, but I don't think
that was my
that's
first thought, but like that's not blue. That's just
yeah.
black on black.
Well, I mean Despair could be
Could be
like
blue.
kind of blue.
My first thought was death and despair.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, it's gonna be something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be good.
I don't know.
Saffron
Like
Olive made a good point that like you can push the crap out of these swords because they're not playable in modern constructed magic,
right.
right? Like I'm gonna take turn 3 and I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna play this artifact. Okay, take 12. All right, cool. Now I'm going to play a creature and I'm gonna spend 2 mana and put this sword on it. Fatal push it.
Yeah.
I'll take 12 again. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean they kind of have been though. Like I mean obviously the originals were very good. And
Yes.
then the first couple that we got sucked. And then the second
Yes.
couple that we got like weren't much better, but they were definitely better than the first couple new ones. Because we had 2 in Modern Horizons 1, right?
So Body and Mind is an old one. Feast and
Yep.
Famine, Fire, Ice.
Yeah. Light and Shadow.
So Light and Shadow. So we have Forge and Frontier, not Hearth. Forge and Frontier is not good. Sword of Hearth and Home.
That one was okay.
Exile to one target. Yeah, blink a thing and then search for a land is fine. Sinew and Steel. Whenever a
Not
creature
good.
deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to one. Okay, no. Truth, Justice, in the American Way. Deals combat damage to a player. Put up a plus counter on a creature and then proliferate. Like this one's awful.
Yeah. The one that we just got wasn't bad though. The Frontier, Forge Frontier, whatever.
Frontier. It's not great.
I mean, it's better than putting a counter on something and proliferating.
Yeah. Yeah, like how the like blue-white sword doesn't like also draw you a card.
Yeah, that's maddening.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't put a +1/+1 counter on each of your creatures.
Yeah.
This one just untaps your lands and like makes them discard a card. This one like lightning bolts something and draws you a card. This one gives a creature +2/+2.
Basically.
Yay. Yeah, but like you can it would take a lot for the sword to be playable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd have to be really good. Now I figured out one of the creature types.
Okay.
So but here are some of the creature types in the set. These are just great. Phyrexian Bear Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that oh gosh. Mr. What's his name?
Mr. Orfeo?
Yes, Mr. Orfeo.
Could be. He's a rhino. I don't know if he's a bear.
Rhino warrior. He's not a bear.
Well, he would also be legendary.
Oh, okay. Fair. Here. Bear Rhino. Search for these options. There are no bear rhinos currently in the game of Magic. That is unfortunate. So Phyrexian Devil, Dog Warrior, whatever. But legendary creature, ape dinosaur turtle. Who is it?
An ape dinosaur turtle?
Mm-hmm. I think I figured it out.
I have no idea. What's an ape dinosaur turtle?
So Kogla is an ape.
Yeah.
And Yidaro is a dinosaur turtle.
Oh.
So that's the Ikoria team up is probably Kogla riding a dinosaur turtle.
Okay. What about
that's the one I'm like I feel good about that one.
What about an elder giant dog? What do we think an elder giant dog is? Legendary elder giant dog.
Let's see here. Elder giant dog. So it's like elder giant is probably one, and then it's like kicking it with a dog of some sort. Oh my god, there's only 2 elder giants in all of Magic.
Well, I think there's only one legendary dog. Oh, I guess there's 2. Isamaru and Mowu.
So there's Kroxa and Uro are the only elder giants.
Oh.
In all of Magic.
Is there a
dog on? Is there a legendary dog on Theros?
Well, Kithian had a dog, like in the story, I think.
Okay, maybe it's Kithian's dog. Okay.
I mean, the dog would have to be really old at this point because Gideon's dead now.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, what's her name was dead.
No, I just meant that dog would have to be old because, like, that story was from when Gideon was a kid.
Oh. Trying to find what is Fibblethip's creature type?
Homunculus.
Is it?
Yep.
Because I just looked up homunculus.
Yeah, Fibblethip's a homunculus.
He did not come up in my.
No, he's definitely a homunculus.
Oh, he is. Why didn't homunculus come up? That was weird.
Did you spell it wrong?
No, I got other homunculi.
Oh.
Maybe I just looked right over him. I mean, it would not be the first time I spelled something wrong or looked over something.
So
homunculus
isn't
Oh yeah.
Is Boborigmos a Cyclops?
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
So Fibblethip and Boborigmos chilling out.
Yeah.
Team or big boys?
Bobarigmo's going to be throwing homunculi at people.
It's be like a Master Blaster situation with just Fibblethip riding Borborygmos. Wolverine dinosaur, like that one's.
Oh yeah, that's a weird one.
That one's harder. Like I don't think there are. Are there any Wolverines? Oh, there is.
Yeah, there was one on Strixhaven.
Like, and there was one. Wasn't there one in
like Spell Eater Wolverine?
Bloodhaze Wolverine's the one I was thinking of from Throne of Eldraine. There are no legendary Wolverines.
Well, so only those 3 were legendary: Elder Giant Dog, Ape Dinosaur,
3.
Turtle,
Okay.
and Cyclops Homunculus. The rest of them are regular creatures.
So are we gonna get like Uro with like a pet? Like
I don't
Elder
know.
Giant being Uro, and then like Uro and Mawu, or Croxa and Mawu?
Maybe it's just Clifford.
Well, that's the altar now.
The big red dog.
Yeah, Elder Giant Dog. It's just gonna be Clifford.
Clifford. Yeah.
Brad, how are your Clifford drawing skills? It's time to find out. Raccoon Warrior. Do we have any raccoons in Magic? We have like one, right?
Yeah, there was one on Kamigawa, wasn't there?
And there's 3. There's Cabretti Initiate, which is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
And I just found out Masked Bandits, also from New Capenna.
Also raccoons?
Also raccoons. There are raccoon rogues. And then there's Squirrel Dealer from what Unstable is a raccoon. So there are 3 raccoons. So I'm guessing the raccoons come from Streets of New Capenna.
Yeah. So obviously Moonfolk Ninja is Kamigawa, and Aetherborn Vampire is Kaladesh.
For sure.
What do you think a Fungus Rabbit is?
I mean, I watched an entire 9 episodes of Fungus People. I can only think of bad things. And the rabbits are very key in the transmission of that fungus. So I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I wonder where the dwarf pilot could be from.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh man, it could be the same place the Aetherborn Vampire is from.
Yeah.
Goblin Spell Shaper. The Spell Shapers were from a weird plane, right?
Well, no. Spell Shapers, it was a cycle. Was it Mercadian Masks?
Yes. But it's is Marcadia its own plane?
I don't know. Is it? Because there was a weird thing with overlapping planes in the story at that time. I guess I don't know what the deal with Mercadia was.
Yeah. But yeah, it's probably from Arcadia.
Could be.
I wonder if we just get the instead of Waterfoot Bouncer, we get Cave Bouncer, and it's just a goblin kicking people out of a cave.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. We're done. So Madness has appeared once. No, it's appeared more times in a mainline set because Spell Shapers kind of scream wanting to discard something.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to Kogla riding a dinosaur turtle.
Oh, so I just cheated and went to Reddit.
Okay.
And do you know what dog it is? The Elder Giant dog?
No.
There was the white black.
Oh,
3/3. It was a 8 piece.
Yeah, it was, what is his name? But, yeah, white, black, oh, I just had it on screen.
Was that Graveyard Hate?
It was Graveyard Hate, it was like, I just ha! Kunaros, Hound of
Yeah.
Athreos,
Yeah.
and it got a ride to dog from Hound, right?
Yeah. So that's
And
gonna be
so
Kroxa and Kuranos.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because then it's Mardudu.
Right. Instead of 4 colors. Instead of Atraxa colors.
Yeah. Probably don't need another Atraxa-colored thing.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Oh, yeah, and Bobarigmos and Fibblethip, they say.
yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's also a card that gives 11 poison counters. That's got to
I
be
wonder if
like
it's like
Blight Steel's second coming.
or something.
Yeah,
But like maybe it has toxic
maybe.
because they're not gonna just like. So it would seem insane after they talked about all of their like, oh, we can use keywords whenever we want because it makes the cards more backwards compatible. Yada yada.
Yeah.
To then immediately be like, this nerd
YOLO
has infect.
infect.
Yeah, either it has infect or they're like, when this creature deals combat damage to a player, it also deals them 11 poison counters. Like, no, stop. Yeah. It just give it toxic. Just call it good. Maybe it's like an equipment or something.
It could be.
Or I mean, it could just be like giant reworked Blightsteel.
Mm-hmm. Could also be.
Each player can't cast more than one non-Phyrexian spell each turn. Like this is, if it's not in white, I think it's super interesting because it's kind of just like Archon,
right?
Or Aethersworn Canonist, but it's probably a white card.
Probably, which makes it less interesting.
Yeah. I like that this spell can't be copied. I wonder if it's like a
extra turn spell.
An extra turn.
Yeah.
And like they just got sick of in play testing. What is the like flashback copy a spell thing?
Oh yeah.
Alchemist, whatever.
Yeah.
Alchemist, not greening, but
there's
whatever.
There's a creature that copies too, I think, isn't there?
Maybe. But yeah, I could just see them being like, no.
Yeah.
My opponent just took 2 turns. I am done. I
wonder what a transforming token's going to be. That one's kind of interesting too.
Yeah. I don't know. That one is weird.
It's got to be another thing that's like they wouldn't have ever done that 6 years ago. Like this has got to be something that's like, oh, these fools are only ever going to play this digitally, so.
Yeah. Like, no, you have to have this token because it has 2 sides.
Like that's weird though, because they would have to spell out what the 2 sides did on a card though, right?
Oh, you're right. So they can't be too complicated, but
right,
like
because it has to be in the rules text.
So like on the card that makes it,
right,
it would have to say what the front side was
and what the back side is,
and the condition to flip it.
Right.
Just like a giant wall of text.
Yeah.
2 sides worth of, and it'll be on a creature that's also like a 4/4 menace trample.
Right.
That's gonna take them a bunch of text, and then they're gonna be like, when you play this card, get a blah 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 blah. These could be like, get 3 counters, and then it turns into a Phyrexian. Da, da, da. So, yeah, but that is they're only going to play this on Arena. We're not going to bother. Who cares?
They could, like, if the card didn't do a whole lot, but be different side to side, like if it was just vanilla, they could just use like day night. Card has whatever it was called, day night or.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't that be awful to just have like a one-off day night card?
I mean, it wouldn't be the stupidest thing they ever did.
Fair. This is true. Also, as we enter spoiler season, battles are a new card type.
Mm-hmm.
They are for forever on not screwing up at least one
It's true.
new card type.
Yep.
Right? The the big new card types, I take that back. The first planeswalkers they didn't screw up. They screwed them up later.
Well,
Um
I'll push back just a little bit because even like when I came back to the game was long after Lorwyn, right? And
yeah, I guess Jace was still
Jace
playable, so
was
was Garrick.
playable in Modern. Yeah, and Garrick.
Okay.
Not that they
But
were broken, but they were powerful cards.
think about what are they called? Equipment.
Yeah.
Right? They messed up. You could argue they messed up the swords.
Mm-hmm.
They messed up
Jite,
Jite,
Skull Clamp.
Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp they messed up for a different reason, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that the vast majority of the vehicles were undercosted
Yep.
in the first and then you have Looter Scooter.
Right.
And I'm trying to I guess they didn't mess up the first set of sagas. Did they? There's not one that's
I mean,
really
Elspeth
truly.
Conquers Death was really good. Oh, that wasn't the first sagas though.
It was Dominaria.
Yeah, the first one was Dominaria.
So, but I would keep an eye out on battles.
Yeah.
Because there is a good chance that one of them sneaks through and is way better than we thought.
Yeah.
So it might be possible to take a bet on one
Mm-hmm.
during pre-release if it doesn't feel properly costed, because sometimes they just miss on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a colorless one, be suspicious. See, I guess I didn't bust any in Dominaria. No, kind of.
Which
Not
one?
for Eternal play. The what's it called? The Eldest Reborn.
Yeah, I don't think that was busted though. I mean, it was good.
It wasn't busted. It was way better than an uncommon.
Yeah.
But it's that's the closest one they came to breaking one. If they would have missed by 1 mana.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if that was a 4 mana spell, yeah, that would be broken.
Yeah. But they got it just right.
The jundiest card that ever junded at 4 mana.
Yeah. But just keep that in mind that there's a chance that they can miss with one of these pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it just takes one person going it's not that good.
Right.
Knock a mana off of it, and then we're oh. So
one of these creature types is a Phyrexian Shade.
Okay.
How do you complete Shade?
Yeah, how do you robot Shadow?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh no, did they turn our boy Pouncing Shore Shark into a robot?
Maybe.
Phyrexian Shark?
Could be. Or Voracious Great Shark.
Okay.
I mean, there's only so many sharks in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, what about isn't there some weird hybrid sharks on Ravnica?
There are actually 10 sharks. There's Battering Crassus, Fish Beast.
Ooh, I remember Battering Crisis.
Giant Shark.
Yep.
From the Dark.
Oh yeah.
Half shark, half from the Unset.
Half shark.
Hammerhead Shark. Then Pouncing Shore Shark.
Yep.
Oh, this guy. Shabraz the Sky Shark.
Oh, okay.
A shark bird. Oh, this guy's a fish crab. Get out of here with this nonsense. Shark to crab.
Shark to crab. Yep.
Shark octopus crab. spined megalodon. I never realized he was a shark. I should have read his text line.
I guess that makes sense, though.
And then voracious great shark. Yeah, they should complete voracious great shark or shark to crab. I'd be here for like blue green like shark to crab.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, for some reason, I don't know if they're gonna go to Ravnica.
They might not. Well, no, they have to.
Why?
How else are Fibblethip and
Oh, that's true.
right? They have to, right?
That's
They've
true.
got to go there.
Yep. Fibblethip and Bobarigmos.
Yeah, how are they gonna get in there?
So the other option for Fibblethip or for Cyclops homunculus is the partners from Battle Bond. Okun and Zender Split. The heads I win, tails you lose commanders.
Okay.
One of them's a Cyclops and one's a homunculus.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'd much rather it be
Fibblethip and
Fibblethip,
Bobarigmos.
yeah.
Yeah.
To the Battle Bond commander. You said it's who now?
Zender Split.
I see, yeah.
Okun and Zender Split, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, but that's not as fun.
No.
I want Fibblethip, like, maybe hiding behind Borborygmos. Hiding behind his head or something.
You can
like,
discard a homunculus to deal 2 damage to any target.
It has to be a homunculus.
Well,
There's only...
or a changeling.
Oh, yeah, changelings. Draw your deck, discard your changelings when we can bring back Bug Storm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all questions will be answered starting Wednesday.
Dun dun dun. Starting yesterday when you're listening to this.
Yesterday for you guys listening, yeah. Hashtag not sponsored yet.
Correct. Yet.
One day. So with all that, I think we got a show.
I think we have a show.
So if you want to reach out to us and be like, no, you forgot this amazing Elder Giant Dog combo, or I know who the Raccoon Warrior is. You can get at us on social media. Oh my God, it's Rocket.
Yeah.
It's not a legend, but it could be. But if you have
Incoming Marvel Universes Beyond in the middle of a premiere set.
There you go, just a random Rocket.
Yeah.
They can go anywhere. They have Realm Breaker. They can just go wherever they want.
That's right.
You can reach out to us on social media, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, all that stuff's in the description below.
Yeah, hit us up with some show ideas. Probably going to be another week or two before we get around to doing our set review episode. So if there's something else you guys want to hear about, let us know. Also, if you're looking to support the show, there's a couple ways you can do it. First is with our TCG player affiliate link, tcg.casualtryhardmtg.com. Head on over there using that link, and anything you purchase, we'll get a percentage of to help keep the show going. If you want to support us more directly, patreon.com/casualtryhardmtg is where you can sign up to just give us money instead of buying something. In return for you just giving us money, you also get access to our pre-show, which is about another hour of content out of us every week. You get access to our show notes, so you get a rough idea of what that coming week's episode is going to be about, and you get put on my mailing list for when I have some swag to send out to you guys. So patreon.com/casualtryhardmtg. Head on over and chip a couple bucks in. Got anything else?
Nope. I think we're good. So with that, we'll catch you on the internet.
We'll catch you on the internet.